53 member states are in London this week for the biannual Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. And for the first time in 20 years, the summit is being hosted in London. This year's summit is tackling climate change, international development, trade and investment. Britain sees this meeting as a chance to reconnect with its former colonies and revitalize the loose alliance of the Commonwealth countries. It's also an opportunity for African leaders to reassure the international community of stability in their countries as they hope to draw foreign direct investment to drive their economies. Now, Britain wants to boost trade with its historic partners as it prepares to quit the European single market after Brexit. Now, for more on Commonwealth Summit, Henry Ridgwell joins me live via Skype from London. Good evening, Henry.
Good evening, Vincent.
Well, a big day in London, but first let us in on why this particular meeting, this summit, is actually of significance to Britain.
Well, as you mentioned there, it's of big significance to Britain, really, because the country faces a crossroads in its future. It's less than a year now until Britain leaves the European Union. And once it does that, it severs its ties with the bloc that has really formed the basis of its economy and its foreign policy for the past 40 or 50 years. So it's looking for a new future. And some lawmakers here, some commentators see the Commonwealth, which effectively came out of the breakdown of the British Empire in the last century, as the future. They think that Britain should rekindle those links and try to boost trade and to boost economic ties with those countries to try to make up for any trade losses after Brexit. But I think this also goes deeper than economics. This is also about British identity. Some critics say that those who are in favour of the European Union in favour of leaving the European Union have a golden view of British history. Its greatest period was during the Empire days. And so there's a big argument going on about the role that the Commonwealth should play, questions that go deep into British identity and the purpose of the Commonwealth itself.
Now, talking about history and the Commonwealth, some see the Commonwealth as a relic of a distant colonial era. What is in it for African countries, for example?
Well, having said all of those criticisms of the Commonwealth, all of the leaders of those countries have showed up, and they see it as a valuable platform, a valuable resource where they are given an equal hearing alongside bigger powers like Canada, like Britain, like India, where their voice is heard and where they can put forward their proposals for investment, for aid, their ideas on combating terrorism and climate change, where, of course, all voices in these debates are equal. So, for example, we saw the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, saying he was here to appeal to Commonwealth leaders that South Africa is an economy worth investing in again. So I think any global platform that does allow smaller countries a voice is seen as something of value.
So what are some of the other issues that are being discussed there that are of note, especially for African countries?
Well, for the Commonwealth itself, the leadership of the bloc is a big issue. Some argue that the Queen, after she passes away, that the leadership of the Commonwealth should rotate among its smaller members as well. So that's a bigger question for the Commonwealth. Some of the policy issues that are being debated here include investment and aid, with Britain seeking to divert more of its aid through the Commonwealth as it sees the organisation grow in importance. Investment in economies like South Africa, like Zimbabwe, like Gambia, which has just returned to the Commonwealth, which are in need of investment, in need of stability, and are really here to say to the rest of the world, we are investable. The environment is playing a big role here as well. There are proposals to tackle plastic waste, to tackle greater Commonwealth focus on climate change, and also malaria. Bill Gates was speaking at the conference yesterday, the founder of Microsoft, and of course he's given billions of dollars over the years and pledged another billion as we see a resurgence of the disease over the course of the past couple of years. So it's a varied program here at the summit, which will finalize tomorrow.
Well, Henry, Thank you very much for your reporting there.
Good to be with you.
That's Henry Ridgwell reporting live via Skype from London.